Some football and a Joey slide to kick things off. And off we go here on Monday night. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. 3rd and 9.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Mike, the term generational talent, it gets thrown around a bit too loosely these days, in my opinion, but you can make an argument if one guy coming out of the draft the last couple years was worthy of that description, it's Caleb Williams. I mean, the arm talent, the playmaking ability, the ability to play off script when things don't go perfectly. I mean, he is such an interesting prospect, special player, and I'm excited to watch him here in this one.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. They get 12 yards on that pass. It's a Carolina first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
1st and 10. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Brought in by the tight end, Andrews. Man in motion, heading left. On 2nd down, it's Williams. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him. He really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
3rd and long. Here's Williams. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. On now is the punt team for the Panthers. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Give, and here comes Robinson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It is 3rd and 10. Motion man, set right. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait to their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
That'll be returnable from the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. There's a short one caught by Andrews. Here's a 3rd down and 4. In motion, it's Jefferson. 3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Well defended there. Quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Bucs offense ready to take over once again. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Duvernay in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Duvernay with the grab. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He's going to have the 1st down and then some. A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The Panthers will take their 1st timeout. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw yet again. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Duvernay in motion. Now the Bucs will take their 1st timeout. On 1st down, it's Robinson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Geno Stone.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Pacheco. And he's going to weave his way forward. That's a 1st down at the 44-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. from the shotgun. It's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Receiver in motion, headed left. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A run. It's Pacheco. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Williams. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. He'll go right back to Jefferson. They connect again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. A give here to Pacheco. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? We'll have more from Tampa after this. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. In motion comes Andrews. They'll run with Pacheco. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Carolina. That his 1st touchdown of the new year. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense and running back Bijan Robinson headed back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the 1st half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And that is incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down. In motion, it's Waddle. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Inside. It's complete. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll run it here with Robinson. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. They'll go again with Robinson. And he's going to get him a first down here across midfield and down to the 45.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, and the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Chris Jenkins there on the tackle. On third down, they'll throw from the... And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Tampa Bay. That is fielded at the 13. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense and their running back Isaiah Pacheco head out for the next drive. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a first and 10. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Here's second and 9. Shaheed in motion. Throwing on second down. Williams. Shaheed with the catch. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Here's Daniel Whelan now, as he is on to punt for Carolina. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Another run here for Robinson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Up the middle they go. And a short pickup here, brought down just shy of midfield. Now this time they'll look to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
In motion, it's Waddle. To the air now on 1st and 10. That is caught left side by Waddle. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
The Bucs have the field goal unit on the field. This is going to be from 53 yards out. And he pushed it. No good. That is wide to the right. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
In motion comes Andrews. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. A handoff to Pacheco. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining. 1st half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I back from Tampa after a timeout. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way,
that's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Terrell Bernard.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now Robinson. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up. Here's their punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. The Panthers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll bring up second down. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look. And indeed, this call will be overturned. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Second down, it's Williams. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. They need to get to the 22, but now face third down. Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Sly's kick is good. And the Panthers will extend to a 10-0 lead. So we have hit halftime here on a Monday night. And we get you across the state to Orlando. And check in with the coach, Jonathan Coachman, as our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and a big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the visiting Dolphins who come away victorious on the road. Will Shipley, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Jonathan Brooks, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We got a strong first half out of the running back, Isaiah Pacheco. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. Here's Williams. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Here's Williams now to throw. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass. Third and long. Throw it again. It's Williams. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Really nice job here by the defender. I mean, how often, Mike, do we see on these long downfield passes the defender kind of lose the ball in the air and get himself out of position? Well, that wasn't the case here. Really well done. And if I'm this quarterback, after these back-to-back incompletions, I got to find myself a little rhythm and take some easier throws.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Buccaneers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Second and 7. On the give, it's Robinson. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Kenny Moore there to make the play. Here now, third and 5. They'll look to throw. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. The Panthers have it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And a terrific play for the defense to come up with the score that, Greg, extends their lead and really hurts the offense's momentum.
Mike, it's hard enough in this league when you find yourself trailing in the second half to be able to battle yourself back and try to end up winning this game. But when you have turnovers like that, that not only then extend the lead, it just makes that even a taller task.
Now the Bucs will take their first timeout. Sly now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Panthers move further out in front. It is now 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. They'll put a receiver in motion right. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5. They'll motion a tight end right. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They'll look middle here and get it to Neighbors. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down. They run over center with Robinson. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their 2nd. They'll run with Robinson. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Jared Verse there to make the tackle. Here's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punch it away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Shaheed in motion. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Let's give credit where credit's due. Defensively, finding yourself down by this much at this stage of the game, they could just pack it in. They could say, all right, this one's over. We're moving on to next week. They're continuing to play hard. They're continuing to get after the quarterback, and nice start to this drive.
In motion comes Andrews. A play fake. Now Williams. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Hunting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. That's going to be dropped underneath for Robinson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Now they'll set up to throw. That's a short one caught by Sinnott. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7.
At the 34-yard line.
A give, and here comes Robinson. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Geno Stone with the tackle. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That one on target, and Polk's got him. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Sending a receiver right. Throwing now on 1st and 10. He'll go right back to Polk. Again, it's complete. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
The extra point is good. And the Bucs are back in this one. It's 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. He's got his man, Jefferson.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. First and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Once again, it's Pacheco. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. In motion comes Andrews. Throwing on second down, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll get this past the 25, out to the 27. A pickup of 7. Second down and 3. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And this will be a Bucs first down. He has this one past the 35 to about the 37.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense. Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. On third down, they'll try and run it with a draw play. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big game.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. They motion the slot man left. On third down, they'll set up to throw. This one complete right side.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on fourth down is at an all-time high.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They'll go play action here with Williams. That's caught. It's the tight end, Andrews. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super concerned. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
A give here to Pacheco. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Infraction, defense. Still 2nd down.
Handoff here, up the middle. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. He's a gain of 6. First down,
In motion comes Andrews. Quickly to the outside and complete.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. In motion comes Andrews. 3rd and short yardage. Here's Williams. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On the ground, here's Pacheco. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. He'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
1st and goal.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Still first down.
So now then, first and goal from the 1. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to an E. From back at the 2 now, here's second and goal. Victory formation here as he's down to an E.
It's week 2 of the National Football League.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hart, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's patience to be admired right there because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
They'll run on first down. Hart. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 31 yards there and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through one tackle. Actually winds up getting 8 there. Stroud out of the gun here. His pass caught at the 4. And the Saints are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Play action. Here's Stroud. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on first and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Stroud looking to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Throwing now is Stroud. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Great defense there on third and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
The kick by Elliott is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, young man out of Wisconsin.
And I can't imagine that week 1 was anything except a whirlwind for this young man. A few bright spots in the opener, but as expected, a few rookie mistakes as well. Let's find out if he learned from them, and we'll show some progress and improvement starting here in week 2.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Ball again on 2nd down. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On now to punt, Brad Robbins. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Stroud to throw it. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Thomas, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
That is caught. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Algier going straight ahead. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Taking a glance here at the numbers last week for Algier. 19 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help them reach the century mark.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Stroud off the play fake. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. The Saints had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And what doubly stings for them, CD, they lose week 1 at home, and now here on the road week 2. So it's certainly not a must-win, but boy, you hate to start a season with 2 straight losses.
Yeah, because you sort of feel like you're playing from behind right from the beginning, and that can really mess with your confidence. Plus, if you get to 0-2, here come the articles, here comes the sports talk shows, pointing out the small percentage of teams that make the playoffs after they begin a season 0-2.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Misdirection's the key on this play. They line up with 3 receivers to the opposite side of the tight end, and they're all going to work their way across the field and let the tight end slip underneath against flow the other way. They're banking that he can get lost, and that's exactly what happened as they pick up a first down.
Stroud working out of the gun. Again, it's Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So now from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. Algier will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another second and goal. Again, it'll be Algier. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Elliott is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. Throwing to start the drive. McCormick, and that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. McCormick. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Here's Brad Robbins now. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Let's take it inside his own 40. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Saints to take over. They were losers last week to Carolina, but they've got the lead here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Stroud. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about where they take a
They'll send the tight end in motion. And Stroud now to throw. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On first down, it's Hart. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. C.J. Stroud, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead now stands at 13. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was C.J. Stroud who finished off that drive with the touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He finds his man, complete. That's Armstrong. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The result, a first down as the quick slant gets him 14.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. McCormick. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, right back to Hall. Fights loose. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. Here's a 2nd and 7. To the right side and complete to Atwell. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Operating from the gun. McCormick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks are back within a score.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. That time a 9-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now Stroud. Setting up the screen. Here's Algier. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards, good for his Saints. First down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From just shy of midfield, Stroud. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. There's a short one caught by Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, second down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. 2nd and a couple. Stroud will look to throw once more. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum Atlanta might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
The kick by Elliott is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. Throwing to start the drive. McCormick throwing the out route incomplete. That's Armstrong. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 6. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the gun on 3rd down, McCormick. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. Isaiah Pacheco, a touchdown run in the victory. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. Will Shipley, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Elijah Mitchell, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
They'll give to Hall. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. McCormick. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. The Seahawks send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Stroud. Slant pass complete to Olave. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Stroud looking to throw. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Brian Thomas, 37 yards. And the Saints are able to add on to that lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
He's got it at the 2. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. On the counter, it's Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throws left side. Atwell's got it. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down. Off the bootleg. McCormick. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. McCormick. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Off play action. McCormick. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll run with Hall. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Hall. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's their quarterback with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career. But he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Stroud. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Off the play fake, McCormick. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McCormick. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. 2nd and 11. And check down complete to Hall. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few 1st downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Olave holds it in, and he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
That's a... Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And at this stage, in the fourth, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Off play action. McCormick. A quick throw there is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that'll make it 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. McCormick. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, right at the 15-yard line here. The Saints offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Stroud to throw it. Dumps this one off to Algier. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Stroud. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Operating from the gun, McCormick. And that is incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Saints offense and Chris Olave getting set to take over once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. And Stroud now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Stroud working out of the gun. And he fires one incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 64 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Trying the left side with Algier. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's third down.
Operating from the gun, Stroud.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Throwing to start the drive. McCormick. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The linebacker, Robert Spillane, making a big play.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Looking to throw. McCormick.
That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Paul ought to give up the middle. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. McCormick.
And he'll find Hall.
And he works free. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Looking to throw. McCormick throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bryant. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2nd down and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Operating from the gun, McCormick. This one complete to Coleman. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it's 3rd and 4 now. Back to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him. Find him.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been 1 step ahead of this defense all game long. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Algier with another carry. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Algier will try to pick it up. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. He's got this to Algier. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Stroud. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a 1-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Stroud out of the gun here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the give, Algier headed left. Taken down at the 47-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Algier now up the middle. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory.